Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Zymox, and I'm your chief show attendant. On behalf of the two hosts and the rest of the crew, welcome aboard Weird Wednesday Flight number 13, non-stop, from your current location to parts unknown. Our flight will be at about 2 hours, and we'll be flying at the speed of sound. At this time, make sure your seat backs and tray tables are in their full upright position, and that your seatbelt is currently fastened. Enjoy the ride.
Okay. Did the sound come out then?
Yeah, it got a little choppy right at the end, but it came out.
Okay. Lori doesn't like that voice, so I know.
It's doing the.
That was your show host, Zymox. All right, cool. I don't know why it didn't work the first time. But anyway.
Well, I heard you typing, and then all of a sudden, it just muted out all the way.
Yeah.
All right, and I'm situated.
Technical difficulties.
Still working
sure.
out the kinks.
I'm sure we'll have a few more. Yeah, we've run a couple of test runs, and we figured, hey, it's time to actually do it. And so, yeah, Weird Wednesday has returned. And I don't know why. We are live streaming on YouTube as well. And I don't know if the comments are coming across on my StreamYard.
I did see them, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So that's working. Yeah, we're streaming on Facebook and YouTube. So we're good to go. So what's everybody been up to this week? Anybody have any weird stories they want to share with us? Those graves are at a cemetery here in St. Augustine. That is the Woodlawn Cemetery, to be exact. It's a very colorful cemetery. They paint some of the graves different colors and all kinds of stuff. It's kind of a bummer because it gets real overgrown at times, and people around here kind of get a little group together and go clean it up. Last time sucks because I didn't know about it, and I found out like 4:30 in the afternoon, and there was going to be people there till about 5 or so. But I think like 72 or 73 people showed up to help clean up the graveyard, which was pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, whenever we go to the graveyards around here, we always try and, leave it a little cleaner than it was when we got there. Try to pick up something or do whatever.
That's awesome. I always have respect when I see people going through and just cleaning up after and picking up, or just going out and putting flowers out there randomly.
Yeah. Yeah, we do that from time to time as well.
It's always sad when you go through the ones that haven't been cared for in so long that you can barely even tell. There's headstones in there till you kick over something, and it's like, oh no.
Trying to get rid of it. Do you hear that little staticky stuff still in the background? Yeah, that's not supposed to be there.
You guys have some extra headstones in your account adding up out there lately.
Yeah, we the bodies have seemed to be stacking up around St. Augustine here the last several months. They're like finding somebody dead here like once a week, which is kind of strange. And nobody really knows what has happened to them. almost like mysterious deaths.
Yeah, they haven't really released any causes of death, and it's all a different range of, male, female. The ages are different. Just the whole. It's like Jack the Ripper running wild through the streets.
Yeah, exactly.
What was it? There was a homeless person, and then some man found, out. He was swimming somewhere out by some dock and found in his swimming trunk. So it's like people are just out doing stuff just randomly and then ending up washed up in a marsh somewhere behind a building.
Yeah, the latest one, the one that I was talking to you about the other day, the girl that was found. Let's see here. We could do the ghost box and ask a few questions, since it's still an unopened case, or not a closed case, I should say. Yeah, just the other day on the 13th, shortly before 8:30 a.m., deputies discovered a woman floating in the intercoastal waterway dead. Preliminary autopsy reports have ruled the cause of death as drowning. The release said deputies have identified the 29-year-old woman whose body was found floating in the intercoastal waterway Monday in St. Johns County. St. Johns County Sheriff said Kenya Rose Chebi, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing her last name right, of St. Augustine was walking around the downtown area of St. Augustine Monday at 5:35 a.m., according to Wednesday's news release. And she was found about 8:30 in the intercoastal waterway south of the downtown area. And I looked up the tide chart for that morning, and high tide was a little after 7 a.m. So if she somehow fell in the water, like off the seawall or something like that in downtown St. Augustine, that's an awful long way to drift, even though it was the last part of incoming tide, and the tide would have been going south, but she was found like several miles up the river. And if you fall in the water downtown St. Augustine, there's docks, there's marinas, there's houses, there's all kinds of stuff. Like, you're not going to just fall off the seawall and drift close to the shore. Yeah, if you're out in the channel, sure. But I don't see how somebody could fall in the water and drift that far.
That's crazy.
Even if they're unconscious or whatever. But yeah, they don't know how this girl died. I mean, they listed the death as drowning, but my spidey senses say there's something else happening there.
Well, maybe because they found like water in her lungs because she wasn't all the way dead when they, disposed of her. So like the end all could have been drowning, but
yeah,
like was there other trauma to her body?
It doesn't say that I've seen so far. There's an update that says they're still working to determine how she drowned. According to the release, deputies are looking into her background, where she was Monday, and anyone that may have been in contact with her. She was last seen wearing a pink dress, white V-neck styled t-shirt, and a pair of white flowered sandals. Areas between downtown St. Augustine and north of the River Club on St. Augustine Shores area are the specific interest to police. Maybe possible areas that Chebi traveled on Monday. The release said investigators are asking anyone with information to contact them at the St. Johns County Sheriff's Department. So yeah, they know they found her. She was dead. They just don't know. I mean, technically, I guess they listed it as drowning, but how does somebody that's walking around downtown, 29 years old, end up a couple hours later, several miles up the river dead? I don't know. Sounds fishy to me.
Definitely. And no rape or anything, right?
Nothing that's reported. But, you know, I always refer to St. Augustine when stuff like this happens, like that movie Jaws, you know, the original Jaws, where, you know, the sheriff, what's his name, Brody, wanted to like warn all the people, you know, and the townspeople were, you know, the mayor was like, no, this is prime tourist season. We don't want this kind of stuff in the news. It's kind of the same here. Like next week starts, you know, the full on holiday season here with Nights of Lights, and that's when all the tourists are coming to town. So these kind of news articles, they show up like once and then whoosh, they're just whisked away.
Oh, and I just thought of something with the tourists too. That's more targets for, you know, who might be, you know, if there's someone out running around just grabbing people. What's better than a tourist that's going to be harder to be missed, like right away?
Exactly.
Harder to track down.
Yep. So I don't know. Maybe we could ask a couple of questions to the ghost box and see if there's any answers from this missing, supposedly drowned girl. I'm sure, you know, her family and friends, I mean, she was from town here. I'm sure her family and friends want to kind of get to the bottom of this and find out, you know, how it happened. Exactly, Linda. Gonna need a bigger boat.
Hey, Jason. I hope you're having a good night and getting some rest.
Yeah, Meg was just saying she watched the replay from Paranormal Soup the other night talking about that children's book of demons. Kind of tripped her out. Yeah. Yeah, it's a weird one. Let me go look for it next week.
You're going to go look for it?
Sure. Why not?
You would. At first, I was like, oh, I want that just for the nostalgia. Then I was like, I don't want that.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jason. Get some rest. I know that you're working so hard.
Cool. Well, let's see who all's in here.
Do they actually sell it in the bookstore then?
I think they
Or do you
do.
have to buy it online?
Both, but yeah, I think Barnes and Noble and Target has it here in town. So it looks like we got the comments were like flying by there for a minute and kind of got lost. But got Debbie, Schmoley, Lori, Rose, Linda Dillman, Nat Nasbit. Did I say that right? From Australia. Aaron Belkey. What's up, Aaron? How's it going, man? Jarvis Mine. Got a bunch of people coming up in here.
So what do you got fired up on the box tonight?
I have my old go-to spiritus set up. Wait. What do we wait?
Time and spend.
Everybody hear that okay?
I heard good.
Like the book. Thinking of.
It's like the book.
The book, yeah.
Hear the book we were just talking about?
Stay.
Hopefully spirits will stay on track tonight. I'll just leave it at that.
One. Checking. Slowing.
silly,
Silly.
like those silly little demons. Remember, even if they're silly, they're still demons.
Exactly.
The clothes opened. Your eyes. Can you close? You can't.
That's awesome, Lori.
Excellent. All right. Can the spirits give us any information about the person that was found dead here in St. Augustine last week? That was found in the intercoastal waterway.
John.
Such
Mom's.
a
It's gonna be in that. Sure.
first.
Thank you.
Spirit.
Yeah, that's she owns it.
Yeah.
Come on.
See.
Your aura. Good.
Red tail. Display us a new find.
Can the spirits tell us anything?
Your son.
Can the spirits tell us anything about Kenya Rose?
Just
Did you say dead?
Three.
I almost like Ed.
on.
Monsters.
Yep.
Soul. God.
What is the explanation?
Angel Mike.
Angel Michael? Did you hear that?
It's your end.
I heard a Michael.
Just.
In the mirror after.
What's her name? Something Rose?
Kenya Rose.
Two.
Can anybody tell us what happened to Kenya Rose? Exorcist?
She's a Robin Hood.
For Pentacle. 13.
It almost 13. It almost sounded like you said like Robin the Hood, but I know that's not what I heard.
It did kind of sound like that.
Louis.
Thank you. Then.
Window.
Window. Whose window?
Forgiving.
Yep.
To the water.
Bed?
Something to the water. Did she fall into the water?
For Pentacle.
Gentle. Is it
Or did someone put her in the water?
fully?
I did.
Did somebody pull her into the water?
I have to go to class.
How did she get there?
Yeah, Lori, this is where I live here.
Save.
Oh yeah, Breer heard the 13 also.
The
Oh, she heard Robin Hood. Said they were Robin the Hoods, Sublime.
original
Robin the Hood.
Best.
Just need some Pampers.
facing.
Hey.
What do you think I make this sound
Like a
like?
sudden break.
Yes.
That you're hearing today.
For you.
Not it again.
No.
Next.
Lori is such a good ear.
Yeah.
Consumption.
So can you tell us how Kenya Rose got in the water where she was found?
Special.
I thought I heard the save.
This.
Necessarily.
Relax.
How's it going, Chandra?
Nice.
I like her little bunny ears.
Fond of.
She's fine.
Um,
No.
Can you tell us how Kenya got in the water?
Yeah. Jack.
Who kn- Does somebody know how she got in the water? He said that twice, like Jet or Jeff.
you want to see a mirror?
Want to see a mirror?
See?
Depends on what's in the reflection.
Help.
Virginia.
Help.
Television.
Just
Trim. I just
first.
intuition.
Did she say intuition?
Yeah.
Smile.
Yeah.
I just trim.
But
Eh? Yeah. Louis.
That way.
So when they found her, was it an accident or did someone intentionally do something bad to her?
See?
Beyond.
See beyond?
Playing.
Problems. Must.
We're asking you, the spirits, if you can give us any information on this.
Girlfriends.
Constantly. Constantly.
Meg has some questions to ask too.
Yeah.
So,
God, my
is
plan.
you're safe.
How many people know what happened to her?
Must.
Suicide?
You.
No, I'm
I
Was there drugs in her body?
I think I'm
I haven't heard a tox report or anything yet.
oh no.
List.
I did. It's my plane.
Which ones have you tried, Very Hot?
Now. For you. Must.
good.
Drops.
When was
Zip.
that? Shit.
God.
Fun.
Was it an accident?
Access.
Heat setting.
Well. But
7.
Which was with connection.
When she was
Connection.
Energy, earth, and water.
Exactly.
Yeah, 13 better than 1.
So,
Must
Earth, the right, not circle. Pre,
More time for enough.
war.
Still haven't.
path. North, fear,
Yeah. Pause. Not.
You heard son's girlfriend, Rose?
away,
Your ends.
shout,
Take a little bit.
Did she have a Did she have a boyfriend?
they will my
Walk off the cliff.
See.
somebody's just pushed off a cliff.
Un-
Or then threw her in the water to finish drowning?
panic,
Beyond.
There's no cliffs around here that I know of, but all along downtown St. Augustine, there is a seawall.
Or what if she was like taking pills or something like on her own, like didn't mean to, like took a bunch of Xanax or something like that, and she was out there and fell up, just I don't know, fell on her face. And you know how you can drown in a teaspoon of
Yeah,
like in your soup?
yeah, yeah.
What if it was like a freak thing, except for the fact there's all these other bodies?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean that's the thing though, like in that downtown area, I should have had a picture to show everybody. But I mean there's the bridge, there's a marina, huge marina with boats. There's like dock after dock after dock, and it's like I don't see how anybody could just, fall or even get pushed off the seawall and drift as far as she did without getting caught in something, you know what I mean? I mean, there's just all along the shore, like all the way down until it opens up, is just like tons of docks and all kinds of stuff. So I don't know, I'm not saying that
Funny.
it's not possible, but I don't know. I just, gut feeling tells me there's something fishy going on there, something just not right.
Definite spidey senses say something is not right.
Yeah.
Now,
again,
Story.
Right. But.
Yeah, there's been a lot of people found dead here in the last 3 months. There's easily a dozen, if not more. One was just found yesterday. Another homeless person was found downtown, right at the tourist welcome center.
awaken. Give you
At the tourist welcome center?
Yeah, right in downtown St. Augustine,
No.
in the bushes.
animal.
Get him.
run.
Get 'em.
Animal, then get him.
A wild animal loose.
Not.
Dog man going around.
Or the man's an animal, get him.
Could be very well.
Do you want me to
A. Where?
beyond?
Like you had Ted Bundy and Eileen Voorhees, didn't you?
Tend
Like
Yeah.
both of them came from Florida.
Florida. It's Must be the humidity or something here. I don't know.
The what? Humidity?
Humidity or something. It makes people crazy.
Sit through that. Oh, that.
Sure. Have some irritating. He's just
All right. Can the spirits give us any more information at all on Kenya Rose that was found dead here?
Then.
We'd appreciate your help if you can help us.
Sounds like peace. Brother.
Yeah. I'm using the spiritist right now, Friar.
Ferocity. I want you
Did you hear that too, Aaron?
What was it?
The peace, brother.
Oh, yeah.
Late.
9.
Family. This.
Anybody in the chat room have any questions they want to ask?
Wait a
Meg had wanted us to ask a question on YouTube. Oh, I'm sorry. It's no. Yeah. Ask for her grandmother. She passed away in September last year. Her name was Joyce. She wants to know if her grandmother Joyce is doing okay.
And who was that?
Meg.
Oh, okay.
Yourself. And this.
Meg wants to know if her grandmother has a message for her and if she's doing okay.
Wonderful.
passing on this.
Short.
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Alles neu.
Nine.
In the room.
Want you to feel
Does Joyce have a message for Meg?
Yep. Feeling ready.
I heard feeling ready, but I don't know if that's relevant.
to the water chain, receptive.
It's not like the water change.
Energy.
Waste.
Something in the water change, receptive or something.
Yep.
Does Meg's grandmother Joyce have a message for her? If so, try to come through for her.
Exactly.
Sweet. Yep.
Yeah.
Heard some strange things in there.
Yep.
Alright.
We. Yeah.
I think Rose might want to know. Do they know anyone here, and if they have a message? Are you asking for the whole chat if they know anybody, or for you, Rose?
Yeah.
Singing.
Try me.
Always. Come hello.
Rose wants to know if any of the spirits know anyone here, if they have a message for them.
See it?
God. Right. What?
I don't know.
Did somebody say track you or trap you? We're not trying to trap you. We're just trying to talk to you.
I've. For. What?
He's new.
Set. One. Wait. Yeah.
May.
Sound like it just said Meg.
Rick.
Did that hissing finally stop? Oh,
Yep.
I spoke too soon.
Feed.
It's when I muted it stopped.
Some.
Oh, you know what? I bet you hear the fan of my other computer.
Chin.
I don't know if it's yours or mine. I got a fan running back here too.
Yeah, but when I hit mute, you stop hearing mine. Or you stop hearing it, right? Watch, I'm going to mute.
Charlie.
Yep.
Yeah.
You're probably hearing my computer.
God. Go.
Oh, Rhodey's is Rhodey here?
Good.
What's up, Brody? How's it going?
Hi, Rhodey.
In
Should. They.
Yeah, exactly like Aaron says. We come in peace, don't mean any harm. We just want to ask some questions.
My Pharaoh mama. It's weird that you heard your uncle, because I was going to ask a question about somebody's uncle that emailed me earlier about it, but I was debating because he wasn't here.
No, you should. Even if
Holy.
on and out. Always very. Do you? What?
Even.
Okay. Please.
And
Zero.
Amanda.
Two.
Was me.
One. Zero.
Wait.
Every time I think about turning it off, I hear wait.
Prove it. You.
Night.
And that.
now.
Listen.
Shut. Check.
Hey, Gypsy, how's it going?
And she. That. That.
Here. Man.
That's the second time I buy a new one.
No.
Zero.
That baby.
Con.
Yeah. Here's.
Fun.
I'll
Four. Just.
Oh, I don't sound like I say gypsy.
Yeah. Sounds like
Me.
I'm using the Spiritus right now from Keith Weldon.
Zach.
Heard Zach's name several times.
School. King. Roll. Correct.
come on.
Yep.
Cruise.
Good night, Sandra.
Pulling.
Yeah, good night. Yeah, I saw your post about going to bed early.
Night.
Oh, I think it said night.
Yeah.
Helen. Back.
I've been trying to go to bed earlier. I'm up all night, but I go to bed early and then I wake up like 2 hours later. So
Teen.
Keith?
Yeah.
Stiff. Rennie.
No, it's not.
Will. Rosts.
I just hear something rose.
Well,
Yeah.
Zach.
Zach, where are you at, brother?
Come.
It's like the fifth time I've heard
He
Zach.
said, come.
Yeah. They're calling you, man.
Say, miss you, Zach.
Creeps. Get.
Are
Yes.
Ollie.
when quiet.
Yeah. From. Well,
All right. Gonna let this run just a couple more minutes. So if viewers have anything they want to tell anybody here in the chat room,
Wait.
see, wait
Eight.
every time.
London Mad.
One.
What are you waiting for?
He will.
I'm always
We've had. What?
Oh.
All.
Mine out.
Yep.
Do you want me to wait a few more minutes before I turn this off?
Your camera's frozen for me. I was going to say, you are sitting so still right now.
Yeah, I'm stealthy, ain't I?
Host. Set.
I heard Rose again, I think, and then Zach. At least it caught you, not on a like bad
Did.
dumb
Yeah.
face.
I'll have like, well, I guess you can't see what I'm doing because I'm frozen.
Giant. Took.
How do you fix that?
I have no idea.
Please.
If you refresh, what happens? Because
I
you're
don't know.
leaving it.
I don't know.
Oh no, it might have to. It might dump it.
Yeah.
What kind, is it an external camera?
Yeah.
What if you unplug the camera, plug it right back in?
Yeah. I'm
Well.
going to try that in a minute.
So.
That is. Oops.
Careful.
Now I just have a black screen.
Mm-hmm. Oh, there's your box.
Yep.
You. So it shows your camera muted or something, but your like little circles like flashing.
Yeah.
There it is.
Am I back? Hey, I'm
You're
back.
back.
I'm back to moving.
Right.
Right.
Back.
Righto.
Get.
I think she said back.
Alex.
Yeah. I am back.
Debbie.
Good.
Alright. Mueller.
I have you.
Done.
Who's
All right.
What?
Gonna turn this one off. They're gonna say it again.
I was waiting.
Team Farm?
What did he say?
Back. Delicious.
Yeah,
No
Wax
apologies.
always has me. So.
Ben,
Down.
Now I'm hearing like, leave.
Yeah.
does
Face. Oh, yes.
Wait.
Who's asking for help?
take man? Bring
Purpose. Dalek.
Hold on 30 seconds.
Yeah.
All right, spirits. I'll ask one last time. If you have any information about the girl that was found floating in the intercoastal waterway here this past week. Name was Kenya Rose. Can you tell us anything about this?
Telemus. Long.
first.
Feeling ready.
Life.
Have you heard?
Yep. Command.
Spot? Just
That. Yeah.
doing
Find
really
him.
well.
Is it? No.
Deep.
What are you guys feeling?
Rat.
See a mirror?
Again, a mirror. You want to see a mirror? I got a whole wall of mirror right there.
So you don't get to just
On the window.
Out the window.
Oh.
You can see the window in the mirror all right there.
for the motivation.
Bring it.
Close your eyes.
Close your eyes.
Sad.
Sad?
Walk off.
Who's sad?
Walk off a cliff again.
You heard that?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna run. Like
Out.
the sensation
What?
to of your
Pull it.
set. I'll get some frizz out.
This.
Treatment. I should burn it off.
Should burn it off.
Yeah.
Heal.
Where does this come from?
Elect.
Emblems.
Emblems?
Oracle. How?
Oracle.
So
Elect.
Why are you sad?
Wanda.
Just heard the name Wanda.
Philip.
It's my aunt's name.
Out.
on your arm.
Give it.
Z. Three.
It's nice to see you too, Dean.
in,
My priestess.
beautiful,
Jewish word. Setting more time. He. Seven. Also.
situation. Yeah,
Goals. No for bed. So.
yeah,
Yeah, I just heard like a whole sentence.
I've been
that,
We need more time.
Can you guys hear each other even without the box?
Wondering.
that,
Is that why you like him to run it?
Hey, Laura, how's it going?
not there is,
Pretty simple.
that,
I know most.
Something else, symbols maybe?
oh,
See,
on, green,
nice.
A single.
sorry.
Sigil? What type of symbols are you talking about?
Love.
Just to watch.
Love?
Just watch.
might take,
Go for it.
Go for it.
nice,
To come.
hey,
Nice. To come.
Oi.
I'm Alfred.
I think you're frozen again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it would appear I am.
Just
You're messing with your camera.
Message.
That's- Why do you guys keep talking about symbols?
and command,
Connect?
was,
Tiny.
So,
Like, so you don't get that. It's just.
you.
our son,
Or what?
Yeah.
There's like a little laugh.
Demon.
But not least. But
it's just.
I have some sage back here.
always so you're
that,
But when I
Ella,
calling the trump card.
Civic.
You would get that.
Pull the trump card.
Pull the trump card. I heard that.
So these aren't things from like movies or TV shows. Like these aren't like sentences from stuff any of it that I recognize. Like you know what I mean? Roberto.
Each exact
I'm taking it. What time?
I have the black screen.
Oh my goodness. Did you hear that? Right when I put my hands up like that. It's like, "Rrrr."
And went.
Are y'all playing with Rob's camera?
And in a
Are you,
That's
are
it.
you, are you playing games?
That's great.
Three.
Pentacles. Well,
Pentacles again. I have a pentacle. Are you talking about the symbol I'm wearing?
to do.
Uh-oh.
now.
No.
love just to
Heard love a couple times.
Yep.
And
this
I thought you just dumped the whole stream for a second.
Yeah, I'm still here. I'm just trying to get myself moving again.
turn it on.
What's going on with Rob's camera?
girl
To sleep.
Two. The final thing you wanted to
when I'm
do outside the book. Thinking.
What book?
And
Are you playing games with Rob?
the man.
Up.
Run. I'm just gonna.
out now
You awaken.
and
Discovered
Was very.
goodies.
Did you say cooties?
Yeah, I think it just did.
one
Yep.
I
Who's got cooties?
Well, we got cooties.
think you're
Which
east.
Dave.
Special.
you
Wow, I know I didn't just hear that. Did I?
Probably.
to return
no
to
The queen.
Not the queen.
this
Energy.
come on
You heard Wiccan, Rose?
5.
The chorus. Been. I like
as
Hey.
Angel.
always so you're. But even I'm just gonna.
Oh, I thought it said like we're here, Jamie, but
Not enough.
Right.
Those are the difference. Thinking of.
continue here. Is somebody here with me?
this
Quick. So your hair like.
What?
Can you help Rob fix his camera, please?
Yeah, I'm still working on it.
But
Switching camera.
Wait.
There's another one.
cool.
Hey. What?
There he is.
Hey, there we go.
It is now. You're
Keep with you. Like the sun.
that's the high priest.
High priest again.
Literature.
Then.
As I
Are,
said,
are there angels here?
So,
Good night, Lori. Thank you for stopping by. That was fun.
Bad.
Please.
Who are the angels?
much even. I'm just gonna pretty much research. This is
We.
Are you related? Are any related to me?
the Queen
All right. Good night, Lori. Thanks for stopping in.
Soul.
Consent.
To the man. There is.
And
nice.
I'm just gonna have a look. Some,
A layer.
Okay, spirits. I've said it before. I'm going to go ahead and turn this off now. So thanks for chatting with us.
Good night.
This.
your original. Get rid of some of your.
Some of my what?
As I
All right. There was a bit with the spiritus. I think we got a few replies in there that were pretty interesting.
I like, excuse me, I like Meg's reply.
Yeah. That was awesome. I was going to play a video here. It's from a while back. I don't know. We'll see if it works. Because, well,
Lisa rose a lot tonight.
Yeah.
What were you saying you're doing?
I was going to play a video that it's another ghost box video, and I did it a while back, and I've brought this up on Jason's show a few times, and we've talked to different guests and stuff that he's had on there, and I'm always interested. It's kind of weird. Hey, it's Weird Wednesday, right? But I'm always interested in, like, I did a ghost box session. Some of y'all may have seen it. It was on my YouTube channel. It's been up there for a while. But I did a session outside the hospital here, outside the emergency room and the main hospital here in St. Augustine. And I'm always interested in, I find it interesting that, that we've talked to a few people, and like normally we talk to spirits, the dead and stuff like that. I always wonder if people that, are in a coma or, something, they're unconscious or whatever in the hospital, in that limbo, that weird state, can they hear, like, when we're, does anybody ever think to try to talk to them like that? It's always interested me. So I've done a few sessions outside the hospital here, and as morbid as it is, it's a hospital. There's a crap load of people that have died there. And that's just the way it is. But I'm always interested in if people that are still alive, but in that you know,
Like the
coma.
Metallica song One,
Yeah.
that's always true.
Yeah, exactly. You know, it's like in that song, he can hear everybody talking and see him, but he can't move, can't talk, can't do anything. And I don't know.
But his mind is still going.
Yeah. So this is, I don't know, it's about maybe 7 or 8 minutes of this ghost box session. The whole video is up on my YouTube channel. This is the kind of shortened down version of it. But hopefully it's going to play.
I always thought of hospitals being like a portal.
Yeah.
Life and death, both like constantly going through.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll see if it plays, and hopefully you guys can hear it. Do you hear sound right now? Is the sound coming through right now?
I hear it.
Okay. There's some interesting replies in this.
Okay, hello. Going to be doing a short session with the GB Rift, and currently it is 8:01 p.m. and I'm sitting outside of the hospital here in St. Augustine, just outside of the emergency room, and going to be seeing if we can contact any spirits, souls, ghosts, whatever may happen to be lingering around, hopefully the nice ones, and see if we can make contact with anyone. Gonna turn the box on here in a minute, and we'll begin the session. Hello, can you hear me? Hello, hello. Can you tell me your name? Are you here at the hospital? Are you someone that is sick or injured in the hospital right now?
That was a little freaky.
Can you say my name?
Whoa.
Yeah. And there's a F-bomb in here.
Yes, what is your name? How old are you? Did you die here in this hospital?
Whoops.
What is your name? Are you by yourself, or are you with others?
Incredible terror.
Okay, I'm gonna close the session now and listen to this. See if I got some clear answers from you. And if you tell me your name, I will come back and try to make contact again.
No. 834.
Are you in room 834?
Please.
The scene. I'm utterly insane.
All right, then. I'll talk to you guys later. And thanks for trying to talk with me. Have a little chat.
6.
And I will see you later. Okay. Again, I've been sitting outside the hospital here in St. Augustine, right outside the emergency room. I'm in the car. People are walking by looking at me because it looks like I'm talking to myself. And they probably think I'm crazy, which maybe I am. Okay. That's it. And we'll see you.
So yeah, there were some interesting replies in there, and a bunch that I didn't hear at the time. But yeah, it was weird. You know, I didn't really hear numbers or anything until I asked, you know, what room are you in? And then it's like, I heard numbers and I don't know, strange. And yeah, there were some replies in there that could have been, you know, like from a spirit, or there's also some replies, you know, that, what's the one?
So it seemed like you had a mix of both. Or what could have been both.
Yeah. Yeah, there was a, oh my God in there. There was a couple of different weird things. And like right at the beginning, when I turned the box on, I think before I even said anything, I heard it like in real time. It was like, "Hi, Rob." I don't know. Strange. But yeah, it's always kind of made me wonder if people that are in that unconscious state can communicate with a spirit box or something like that. I'd like to delve into that further somehow. It's always weird. I'm like, when I go do something at the hospital, I'm trying to be kind of covert, and now that I'm like putting it on YouTube, but some people, I don't want to offend anybody, especially nowadays. You can't do anything without offending somebody, but
Yeah.
I mean, it is kind of a sensitive thing, but there again, if you could get communication with somebody that was in an unconscious state or a coma or whatever you want to call it, whatever situation they're in, I can't see anybody that wouldn't want to communicate with their loved one somehow.
Exactly. Plus, it's the same feeling, when you're at a cemetery and then you see, or a graveyard, and you see, a family or something going on, and all of a sudden you feel kind of weird, and you're a little corner over there, like,
Yeah.
You're doing something kind of funny back there, but
Yeah.
if you do it respectfully and covertly, kind of.
Yeah. That app is it was made by Anthony Sanchez. It's an old one. It's from several years ago, and
One of the first.
yeah, like Aaron says, it can get pretty rowdy. It's a weird one for sure. But I've had
And
some
raunchy.
Yeah. I've had some really good sessions with it though.
I forgot about that, especially with his apps. His software, as soon as you would go, like, before you'd even get recorded or anything, as soon as you turn it on, they would say, like, hi, whoever.
Yeah.
Like, really good at calling you out.
Yep. Yeah, that's an old one. I did a session at the lighthouse just a couple of weeks ago, and I used that app, and that night, like, nothing was really working. It didn't matter what I did. It was just a really weird, quiet night for the lighthouse. I think I've been to the lighthouse, I don't know how many times, just hundreds of times, and I always get activity there. And the last night that we were there, it was just, no pun intended, but it was just dead. And it was right before Halloween, so maybe the spirits were just like, oh man, all the ghost tours, there's going to be so many people here, we're just going to take the week off. That's kind of what I thought. So I'm going to go back.
That's really strange.
Yeah, it was. I think it really was the first time I've ever been there when it has been that quiet. It was like creepedly quiet. There's usually always something happening there.
Yeah.
Do you guys see the Ghost Hunters show where they went back to the lighthouse that was on just recently? I don't know, like sometime last month, I guess.
I saw that one.
Yeah. It was nothing like the first one where they saw the creepy shadow thing lean over the railing. But
that was crazy.
Yeah, I did think it was pretty interesting though that they caught some stuff outside, because a lot of times I go, I can't just go in the lighthouse anytime I want, but so a lot of times I'll do stuff outside of the lighthouse, and there's activity all over that place. It's not just in the lighthouse or the lighthouse keeper's house or anything. It's the whole grounds right there is crazy. And in that episode, they caught, like, sounded like kids like giggling and laughing and stuff out in the woods behind the lighthouse, which is strange. I mean, I've heard that there myself, and I know sound carries, especially inside the lighthouse. I mean, you could hear a gnat fart in that place. It just sound carries like crazy. But outside, not so much. And when you're out in the woods out there and you're hearing voices, it can get kind of creepy. Yeah, Debbie, you remember the time I was live Facebook and the cops showed up? Yeah, that was fun. I was like, I'm just going to let this roll for a while and see what happens. Maybe you guys can see me get handcuffed. At least it'll be documented. Yeah, it's weird, man. I've been to the lighthouse I don't know how many times and never have a problem. Yeah, around Halloween, they're going to expect people to be stupid, basically. But yeah, she was pretty cool. I've been there just time and time again, never really had a problem. But every once in a while, a couple show up and they're like, "What are you doing? Why are you here? You can't be, you got to leave." I mean, they're cool. They're not, acting
Doing
bad.
their job.
But yeah, they'll run us off. But it's just like once in a blue moon that happens. I don't know. Maybe they're bored, or maybe they don't like ghost hunters or something. I don't know.
Or maybe they've had problems with people before.
Oh yeah, there's been problems there, just like anywhere. You have jackasses that come in there, and like I think, no, it wasn't that night. It was another night, like a year or so before, where I was with my friend Heather that has the Haunted Traveler Co. here in town. She does ghost tours, and I was with her on a tour. We had, I don't know, there was 4 or 5 people with us, and we were right up. They've put a fence up all around the lighthouse property now, so you can't do this anymore. But we were right up, basically on the steps of the lighthouse keeper's house, and she had a bunch of trigger objects and stuff out there, and we weren't doing anything crazy. We were just like rolling a baseball back and forth and talking to the spirit box. This cop showed up. What are you guys doing? You can't be here. You got to pack it up. You got to leave right now. He was kind of a jerk, but he ran us off. And as we were walking out to the parking lot, a truck came by, big 4-wheel drive truck came by, and it's like burning up a donut in the parking lot, lit them up, like squealing the tires out of the lighthouse parking lot and tearing off down the road in like a 20-mile-an-hour zone going like 60. And I'm like, shouldn't you be worried about these guys? We're just sitting here being quiet, and you got some redneck doing donuts in the parking lot. Didn't do anything about it, though.
They don't want to do the paperwork.
Yeah, it was the pesky ghost hunters. We can get rid of them. I felt like doing a donut when I was leaving. But then it would have been,
So it's your luck.
Mama, I've been arrested. Yep.
Yeah, Brody mentioned the other day, like St. Augustine's one of the oldest city, like places in the U.S. or something. She was saying.
Yeah, supposedly the oldest city. It's the oldest consistently occupied city. Where Debbie lives,
So
down by New Smyrna, that it's like arguably New Smyrna. I think New Smyrna is an older city in the United States than St. Augustine established, but I think St. Augustine it gets the name because it's the most, consistently occupied city. But either way, they're both old. But as old as our history is here, when I talk to all my friends, over in Europe and all that, UK and everything, they're like, "What? Your fort's only 400 years old?"
Yeah, well,
Like,
nothing's like out there, man. As far as
yeah, they got castles and buildings that were built 1,000 years ago. I don't know how old, but they're
Yeah.
way older known than the ones here.
And you think about all the history along the shore, like she was saying, the whole shorelines are haunted out there, but just all the energy of just all the people, the ships, the boats, the wrecks, just the people visiting and tourists, and just that constant energy out there for so long. And then the hurricanes and the devastation and emotion that comes with all that.
Yeah.
That's just so much history.
Yeah, it's
Dang.
yeah, like Debbie said, they found skeletons over 10,000 years old in Florida though. I've been doing a lot of research and I'm into fossils and fossil hunting and shark teeth, and I've got the megalodon teeth and woolly mammoth tooth and all kinds of stuff, and I've been wanting to go over towards Gainesville to go shark tooth hunting, and that's like 80 miles inland from here, and but researching all of that stuff, like Florida used to be completely underwater, years and years and years ago, and then parts of it started coming up. But yeah, you can go over to that area and find shark teeth, megalodon teeth, just tons and tons, way more than you find on the beach here.
Oh, how cool.
Yeah. I've been trying to get a trip planned to go over there and do some meg hunting.
You need to.
But yeah, like Debbie was saying, I mean, they're anytime here in St. Augustine, I'm sure it's probably the same down there where she lives, in the old part of town. Anytime they're doing any kind of road work, construction, rerouting pipes or this and that, they're digging up dead people here. It doesn't matter what street downtown, they're eventually going to dig up some dead people.
Dang.
Well, I shouldn't say they're going to dig them up. They don't dig them up, but they find them.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, there's deceased people from years and years ago all under the streets here in the parks. The fort. I mean, the fort, there's been several, fights and this and that there. And how many people, like at one point, the city of St. Augustine, most of the residents were living in the fort. And
Did you get the gunshot sound in the fort? Was that yours?
I don't think so. I've caught some weird stuff down there though. But yeah, I mean, I'm sure, like, I used to go down to the fort and fly kites, and it was okay to fly single line kites. They wouldn't let anybody fly dual line kites or anything, any steerable kite, because back in the 80s, some guy crashed a big one into the side of the fort, which is a national monument. And so, yeah, they're real hardcore about it. I went down there one day, and I have these big, huge, like, show kites, and I had put a couple of them up. I was working at a kite shop, so, it was good for business to talk to people and all. And I pulled out a kite stake, to anchor the thing with, and I drove it in the ground. It almost went to jail that day. Yeah, they apparently saw me do that, and it was like a tent stake, it wasn't like, I had a big electric hole digger or anything. I just put like a tent. I just put stepped on a tent stake and put it in the ground, and man, they're hardcore. You don't do that. It's a national park, a national monument, and they will hem you up in a heartbeat.
Wow.
So I'm thinking, don't want to like shove a stake in the ground and run into bones. So who knows?
No.
They're very protective about the grounds down there.
Wow. If you had one of those like sonar, like little machines that you could just like run over the ground,
Yeah.
that'd be cool.
Yeah, I just watched another show. God, now I'm having a brain fart and I can't think of the guy's name. It's a guy that wrote the secret, the treasure hunting book. You know about that? La-
No.
Last name is Price, but it's not spelled like Price. It's oh man, I can't think of the guy's name. Anybody know who I'm talking about in the chat room? He hid these. They're basically like, this was back in the early '80s. He hid these plexiglass boxes. Went to all over the place, like different parks, different states, and I think he hid 13 of them. And it's a plexiglass box, and it has a little box inside of it. And if you find it, he wrote this book, and it has clues. It's basically a treasure hunt, for these. Yeah, Expedition Unknown, exactly. Josh Gates was doing it,
Oh yeah.
and one of them supposedly is in the Fountain of Youth here, and that's the downside. Like, he hid all these things. I think out of 13 of them, I think 2 of them have only been found, and there's supposedly one here. And back in the 80s, you could go. I used to go in the Fountain of Youth all the time, and I used to dig up arrowheads and all kinds of stuff. And I lived basically right across the street from it. And yeah, you can't do that anymore. So yeah, you go in a place like that and start digging a hole, and next thing you know, Mama, I've been arrested. So I don't know if anybody's ever going to find these places. You got to get special permission. But if you're Josh Gates with Expedition Unknown, I guess you can get that kind of permission. But yeah, he was using those ground. I forget what they're called.
Like
Basically,
those ground penetrating radars, sonar.
yeah. And it was funny, he made the comment. He was like, I know some people may say this is cheating, but I don't care. It's been 40 years. It's been 40 years. I want to solve this.
There's no cheating when it comes to figuring that stuff out.
Yeah. Got to use that technology if you can.
100%.
So yeah, that's been on the back of my mind too, is doing the treasure hunt thing here. I'm trying to figure out. I know some people that work, and even own the Fountain of Youth. Just got to see if I can get permission to go over there and dig some holes. Doubt it's
See, we had fun. When I had my White's metal detector and used to go bottle exploring and relic finding and everything, I was way into the treasure hunting. There was that woman that her name Kristen, I think it was, used to have that show Treasure Find Something Treasures, and she would go out and go mining for rocks and finding fossils and things like that. Love that show. And that's what gave me the idea to go when I go state to state, check out what was around and go digging for it, looking for it.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly, Debbie. That'd be a good idea. Use a spirit box. See if we can get some clues.
Yeah, some dowsing rods.
Yeah, the dowsing rods. What's up, Wendy? How's it going?
Oh, they said your name earlier.
But yeah, between the treasure hunting, the ghost hunting, the fossil hunting, got a lot of
Your
magnet
fishing.
Yeah. Last time Sam and me went, we went out on the St. Johns River several weeks ago. Haven't been in a few weeks, but it was cool. I was pulling up all kinds of crap, just nails, and I pulled up like a railing that must have come off the dock or something, and just all kinds of crap, nails and pieces of pipe and this and that. And then I pulled up a really cool railroad spike, That was kind of cool.
I want you to get a cannonball.
Yeah, I know they're out there. They got to be.
That'd be sick.
The only downside to going in the saltwater here is I found several knives and stuff, and in freshwater they stay. I've got one sitting right over there that I found. It was the first one I found when I started doing this, and I cleaned it up. I mean, it works great, still sharp, all that. The ones I found in saltwater, corrosion that just hammers them. So, and I know there's stuff out there because there have been cannonballs and stuff found. But yeah, I'm sure, they're iron balls, so I'm sure corrosion.
It just might be pitted up.
Yeah. Yeah, if they're down in the silt or the mud, that'll kind of preserve them.
Oh, I didn't think about that when thinking about the weight, like how much pounds per, pounds, whatever you could pull up with the magnet in your rope, and then just the weight of the cannonball. I didn't think about then having to pull it up through muck and stuff too, the weight of muck and maybe sea cabbage.
Yeah. Yeah, there's all kinds of.
Or you might find a treasure box from one of the ships that, went under, and all the coins that wash up out there. Maybe you could find a whole little treasure box, metal box full of coins.
That would be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I'd tell anybody though. Then the state would be like, "Oh, you have to give that."
There's a lot. Here's certain places you'd have to turn some stuff over and claim it, like certain arrowheads and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah,
and if you find crystals a certain size.
Yeah. Yeah, like going fossil hunting. Like if you go over towards Gainesville or wherever, Peace River, different places over there, if you find shark teeth and fossils and all that, you can keep that. But if you find any Native American artifacts, arrowheads, anything like that, you can't take them. You got to leave them. You can take pictures of them, and you got to toss them back in the creek or wherever you found them from. If you're on private property, you can keep them. But any public property, no, can't keep them. Yeah, Debbie, I definitely want to come down there. I know we've been talking about that forever. You're not that far away, like an hour or 45 minutes. Just got to get it together and I'll come down that way. We got about 15 minutes or so left. You want to do any cards or anything like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to go bottle hunting and all that stuff here way back, and I would just find tons and tons of mixed in with the bottles. I'd find all kinds of clay marbles and arrowheads and all kinds of stuff like that. And now the main place where I used to go bottle hunting, there sits a big parking lot and a bank. So I'd probably get in trouble if I went down there and started digging. The good old days, man, when you could I'd go down there some days and there'd be 15 people down there digging for bottles and all kinds of stuff. Those days are few and far between.
Oh, yeah. I need 30 seconds to get right quick.
Yeah, it is getting late. Yeah, anybody want me to pull a card for him? I got a couple Oracle decks sitting here. I have Angels, Gods, and Goddesses, Wisdom of the Night Oracle, and Postcards from Spirit. You're always up for a card. Which one would you like a card from, Debbie? Pick a card, any card. Nothing up my sleeve. Angels, gods, and goddesses it is.
All right, we got Debbie and Aaron. Pull your card. Which deck are you using?
I am using Angels, gods, and goddesses.
Ooh.
Sure thing, Dean. You too, Meg. Not a problem.
And then I'll be studying my deck this week, I promise. And blessing it properly, so I'll have it next time. My moon oracles.
I was wondering if I got that same deck, if we could somehow like pull cards like together. That might be interesting.
Yeah. You know, I never tried that. But I still gotta bless it properly and everything.
All right, here we go. Card I pulled for Debbie is Angel of Communication. Communicate clearly. Don't be afraid to tell it like it is.
Those are pretty.
And it says about the card. It says one of your major lessons in this lifetime is to learn to communicate what you want clearly. You assume that those around you know what you want or how you feel. Yet the truth is that they do not. Because of your failure to communicate honestly and clearly, those around you often end up confused or, at best, having to guess what it is that you want, feel, or expect. Not be afraid to say it like it is. You cannot lose anything by simply stating the truth. You do not need to blame or accuse any others in order to speak your truth. Just state your case clearly. Underlying this whole issue of fear of not being accepted or not gaining the approval of others, and therefore you are often afraid to speak up. Know that it is all an act of love unto yourself and others to communicate clearly, lovingly, and honestly. The angel of communication is here to help you speak, is here to help you work through those issues. Through this process, you will honor and empower yourself and gain much respect and love from others. Yeah, communication is always an important one. Something else that's important is I need to put my glasses on when I'm reading these.
Your glasses.
My glasses. My shoes and my glasses. Stepping on piss clams.
What?
You know, remember that from the boys? Paul Rosenberg.
Be right there. I got my shoes and my glasses. It's at the pier, stepping on pizza.
Yeah, Debbie, I'm the same way. I'm like, you know, there's like different, different like ways of like I have a hard time saying no. And it always gets me in a jam.
Yeah, you do, and yeah, it does.
Yeah, you do, and yeah, it does.
Right in the keister.
I'm always like, I gotta learn to be a much bigger asshole.
It's like once you start putting up boundaries, people that aren't used to it are like, whoa, when did you turn into such a bitch?
Yeah.
No, I just putting out boundaries now. I have a hard time saying no also.
Yeah.
And I always feel like I can do everything for everybody.
Yep.
Then I can't.
Yeah, it's exactly. Did you want a card too, Aaron? If you were next in the line.
And Wendy's online also. Indeed. And I'm not sure if Rose,
Yeah, I think Rose.
because I lost my comments.
You want one out of the same deck? Yeah, Debbie, you gotta take care of yourself, that's for sure. When it comes down to it, you know. You don't look out for yourself, then you're up the creek without a paddle. Been there many times. Sucks up that creek.
Yeah, it does. Especially when it rolls downhill back on you.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to get my camera set up to where I have a table here in front of me now, but whenever I do cards, I want to have the camera like facing down so you guys can see all the cards.
Yeah, I thought about that, like how to set something up like that.
Yeah, Debbie, exactly. All right. What did we pull for Aaron? Goddess of Psychic Protection.
Ooh.
This is what you believe, you create. No one can harm you.
I like that.
I like when I turn right to the page and put it stuck to the other one. All right, what it says. You subconsciously believe that someone is energetically trying to cause negativity in your life. You have drawn this card today to remind you that life force or energy at the heart of every living thing is essence, love. Each individual soul forms a part of a universal soul. All is energetically connected through the light of love. No one can physically harm you, possess you, or influence you unless you believe they can. What you believe, you create. You do not need to protect yourself from others as much as you need to protect yourself from your own negative beliefs or fears. To dissolve these beliefs and fears, all you need to do is focus on the light and love within and around you, and within and around every living thing. Imagine pure white light surrounding you each and every moment of your life. Know you're always protected and forever within God's light. Focus on the image of the goddess whose face appears on this card. Feel the love, the light, the wisdom emanating from her. Know that she merely reflects the infinite love, light, and wisdom within you.
I like that card. And it's so true.
Yeah. All right, who was next? I lost track again.
We've got Wendy and Dean and Rose.
All right. I already can tell I like this card. Angel of Relaxation.
The picture says it all too, right there.
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes you can get, like, read the card without even looking at the meaning. Let go of desired outcomes and you will get what you want. Boom, turned right to the page. I like when that happens. Everything will fall into place and become clear when it's meant to. So switch off and take it easy for a while. The angel of relaxation has appeared in your reading to help you relax. By keeping your focus fixed on all it is you wish to happen, you are in a way preventing the natural flow of events to unfold. Surrender and surrender or project or concern to the angels and knowing that all is being taken care of. Focus all you have achieved to date and all your many blessings. Take time to nurture and pamper yourself and start to do more of those things which nourish your soul instead of worrying about the future. By relaxing and letting go of desired outcomes, you create a space for the angels and the universe to give you what you want. Trust. Yeah. Angel of relaxation. I could use that.
Yeah. And I think Dean actually had wanted one for his dad that passed away. I'd forgot until
Yeah.
Rose mentioned it, so I'm not sure which deck that he wanted you to pull it for. I'm looking for his comment. I lost all my comments.
Yeah, the ones I have are postcards from Spirit, angels, gods, and goddesses, and wisdom.
Oh. I was going to say, maybe the postcards would be good for... Oh, he likes the one you're using.
Okay. What's up, Ollie?
Yeah.
96. All right, here we go. Angel of manifestation. Your efforts determination, and perseverance have paid off. What it says about this one. Your efforts, determination, and perseverance have paid off. Something you have yearned for, dreamt of, and worked towards is about to manifest. Yet this is not the time for wild elation. Keep your focus and balance, and do not lose sight of your original purpose. Quietly give thanks to your angels, to gods, goddesses, and to the universe for this blessing, and continue quietly with your work. Angel of manifestation.
And then I believe we've got Wendy and Rose if she wanted one.
I think Meg wanted one too. She's still.
Oh, and Meg, that's right.
Okay, Wendy. Much welcome, Dean. All right, for Wendy, Goddess of the Unknown. A new chapter of your life is around the corner. Remove fear and embrace the unknown. Goddess of the Unknown. Says, only through the darkness of night we're able to see the beautiful tapestry of light which stems from the stars above us. This card is here to help you ease your fears about the future and of the unknown. Even though you presently can't see the light at the end of the tunnel, you're being urged by the goddess to trust. You are always on the right path, even when you think you've strayed completely off it. A major chapter in the story of your life has recently come to a close, and an exciting new chapter is about to begin. Through the current emptiness, the seeds of a fertile new future sprout through. Soon you will see the light shining as brightly as ever. Goddess of the Unknown.
Rose's little kitty. She's got the cutest picture she posts of her kitty.
All right, Wendy, who's next?
Meg?
Meg. Yeah.
I don't have any Rose. I have contacts. And I lost one.
All right, card for Rose. Angel of Self-Worth. You are currently undervaluing yourself. It's time to regain your self-worth. You are so much more than what you're portraying to the world and those around you. The angel of self-worth is here today to reflect unto you all the beauty, love, and light that you are to help you regain your sense of self-worth. Feel her healing light penetrate your aura this very moment and affirm to yourself, I am being of the light and love. I love and value the many wonderful qualities I possess. From this moment forward, I will honor and value myself and all I am and all I do, in the knowledge that I am part of God's creation. I am worthy of love. Repeat that affirmation several times each day, either out loud or in the silence of your heart. Reflect upon each word and truly believe and own each one. Express each word with all your heart.
And last but not least, we've got Miss Rose.
You got God of Indulgence.
That's an intense picture right there.
Yeah, it is. Sparkly eyes going. It's all right. Stop beating yourself up. A little indulgence and balance is healthy. Let's see what this one has to say. It's like hidden in here. Yep. Dun, 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 dun.
What space are you talking about, Dean?
Okay, I found it finally. Jeez, that one was hid. This ought to be good. Okay. It's wonderful to indulge in the things that we love every once in a while. Everything is fine in good measure. Just don't overdo it. Whether it's food, drink, or substances of any kind, relationships, or material possessions, remember, excess of anything leads to some form of imbalance. Yet at the same time, remember that all is valid and all is love. A little indulgence in some form or another is natural and even healthy. So don't beat yourself up when you do indulge in those things you love. Just be mindful. Don't deny yourself. Just keep it in balance. And when you do indulge, try to do it in ways that nurture and nourish your spirit rather than cloud or suppress it.
Everything in moderation.
Yep. Yeah, when it goes out of moderation, that's when the problem starts.
Mhm.
I speak from experience.
Oh.
Yeah, that was an intense one.
Do not overindulge.
Cool. Did we
Alright.
get everybody?
I think we did. Oh, and just got 11:11.
Yep. Well, that'll about wrap it up for this evening's show. Next time, I'll have a phone line working one way or another, so you guys can call in and you can talk live or come on video or whatever. Or do a card reading. You can read us a card, whatever. Share some stories that you have. We want to try to make it, as interactive as possible for everybody. So until then, I guess we're going to sign out of here.
Good times.
Take my glasses off, and now I can't read anything. My dollar store readers.
Hey, they were.
Yep. All right, cool. Thanks everybody for hanging out, and we'll be back next week with another Weird Wednesday.